our last concert. This is kind of our seniors' goodbye, so we always like to say a little bit about our time in band. So we're going to start off by saying our name, what we're doing next year, and what instrument we play.
Hi, I'm Erin Kelly. I'm going to Chapman University, and I play the flute.
Hi. Hi, I'm Alex. I'm going to Oregon Tech, and I play the flute.
Hey, I'm Callie Masters. I'm going to Leslie University next year, and I play the flute.
Hi, I'm Casey. I'm going to Pacific University, and I play the flute.
Hi, I'm Ainsley Moody, and I'm going to CCC next year, and I play the flute.
My name is Haven Lee. I'm going to Southern Oregon University next year, and I play the oboe.
I'm Spencer Coplia. I play the bassoon, and I'm going to Oregon State next year.
Hi, I'm Christian Taralva, and I'm going to PSU next year, and I play bassoon.
I'm Karen Partita. I play bassoon. I'm going to UCLA next year.
For 4 years now, and if there's one thing I've learned, it's you never know what is going to come out of Mr. Egan's mouth. He has a unique mind and probably many voices in his head. So anyways, just this year I started writing down some of the quotes he said. I wish I started earlier, but we're just going to read some of the quotes that he said this year, starting with Casey.
All right, so sometimes Mr. Egan likes to self-deprecate. So, here's a couple things that we've heard him say. Dang it, did I hit that? I used to be so skinny. And then he says, at some point, the darkness in my soul comes out. And, oh my God, I'm starting to fade. I can't see colors anymore.
He also has some nice inspiration for us, like, there's a lot of madness to my methods, but there is some method to my madness. And then, how you let go matters as much as how you introduce yourself. Remember that next time you go on a date. And then last one, stop trying to find the perfect person. Instead, be the person other people want to be around.
All right, and here's some random thoughts. I don't want to get into a fight with a suburban mom because I'd lose. There are a few things I love more than waking up in the middle of the forest. I prefer west heavy forests. Again, random. Imitates holding a bass clarinet. You know that'd be a sick senior photo. I will never go to Texas. There's a story behind that. When I grow up, I want to learn English.
Okay, lastly are some of his harmless threats to us when we make some interesting choices in class. One of them is, anyone who misses the next key signature note, I will get violent. If the marimba gets hurt, you better hope the cinder block wall falls on you. It's okay to be violent, in context. Oh look, I'm a benevolent dictator. A little violence goes a long way. And his favorite threat to all of us is that I'm going to kick you in the shins. All right, so you'll be hearing from us throughout the...
Sorry, there's more. And then last is just kind of general remarks and conversations that Egan has had with students. Someone asked a question. He goes, any more princess questions? Another time. That was Betso Wimpy. He actually said this. He said very aggressively, quote me! It's like a bad game of Simon Says. Hi, I'm Kevin, and I am demanding. You have lost the right to use adjectives for 2 weeks. Wait a second. I don't care. One time he just started interpretive dancing and just said, namaste. Also, he said, I'm gonna go drop an email. One time, he was like, you're interested in that? A, you need help. B, explore that on your own time. Hold no, people. Release the penguins! This is the first time in 34 years I've had tissues in my office. Think I'm kidding? I'm sick and tired of saying use your sleeve. God made cotton for a reason. Egan goes, I learned that once they let me off the Amish farm. And then, ooh, here's a good one. I have to keep the clarinets moving so they don't develop personal relationships.
All right, Mr. Egan, I can't see you. Oh, there you are. Well, we got you some glasses because we all know that you lose yours all the time. And also, you can be as stylish as me.
Okay, so yeah, you're gonna be hearing from most of the seniors in between performances, so stay tuned.
So thank you for putting up with that. My apologies. I also think it's important that the children learn context. So if you could go over that with them tonight, I appreciate that. My boss is here, and so, you know, it's been a pleasure working here. And, you know, all right. So I love this march, and I know we did it last year, and I don't care. So if you're here last year, you get to enjoy it again. I try to tell the kids that there's lots of great music. You don't have to be a dead European to have written great music. And more and more and more, especially with movies and the resurgence of orchestras and studio orchestras in particular, the movies have finally embraced saying, you know what, we should probably come up with some new stuff. And the stuff they're coming out with is just wonderful. And if, you know, if it hadn't been attached to a movie, people would sit there and go, dang, this is such a cool march, this is such a cool overture, and it just happens that they're attached to a movie. So we hope you enjoy this. We'll continue the Avengers. This is Captain America March.
One of the things we take a lot of pride in this program is playing in chamber music, and many of you enjoyed our spaghetti dinner, and I hope you come back again next year, January 30th, if you want to type it in now. But the whole genesis behind the spaghetti dinner was we really wanted to highlight the kids' performances, and what better way than in small groups you could hang with friends and make music. So this is, I think, what our third, fourth year doing this. And this year at the state contest, we just had really wonderful success. The kids, we're starting out with these guys. This is the clarinet sextet. And they're going to play just a highlight, because if all of them played their solos, it'd be here an extra hour. Who's up for it? No, good. All right, good. So, this is the clarinet sextet playing an excerpt from John Mackey's Strange Humors. So this next thing was written for a high school band, actually an honor band down in California, and Gary Gilroy loves to write fast and loud music, and he's like guilty as charged. He'll just look you straight in the face and say, "Yeah, that's my music. I love it," and it's great. And then he decides after he's written it, what does that make me think of? It's kind of a funky thing. So I wonder if the music's just a conduit coming through Gary looking for a title, or if Gary's actually writing it and then coming, I don't know. So you can ponder that at the next intermission. So this is entitled Spitfire. You'll hear a lot of interesting percussive techniques and some other mixed meter things. But what else? Right. And then there's a spot in the middle of it where we're going to break into this very hip kind of minor blues thing, and you're going to go, I think he just stole the James Bond theme. Which makes you then think of British Spies, which hopefully turns you straight to World War II, which turns you to the Spitfire from World War II. Let's hear it for the RAF. This is Gary Gilroy's Spitfire. I hope you enjoy.
Believe it or not, I do try to learn, and I try to make this concert seem like it's not waning towards the Christmas hours. So tonight is our awards concert, and it's always a challenge. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. It's always a challenge because I try to spend the most of the year and my whole career telling kids that the individual doesn't matter, because we're only as good as everybody on the stage. And so it's a challenge to then all of a sudden go, hey, listen, I'm going to recognize some individuals here. So I wimp out, and I make the kids do it. And so, and that seems to have worked really well, at least for me. So, and then we always, there are many of these hanging in the band room. And if you look, I think the earliest one dates back to, I think the earliest one here dates back to 1987. Just the third year I started teaching. So, so you can look back and you can see some parents' names now that are up, and kids are starting to filter through just a little bit. And it's really fun, and it's great to look back. It's great for me to look back and look on this one and go, oh look, Jeff Richardson won. He's getting married this July. It's really fun. You know, it's just great. So for some of us, it's really neat to have what a friend of mine called artifacts of success. And if you go in the band room, you'll see all the jazz trophies, and you'll see the symphonic trophies and all that. But for me, the ones that matter the most are the ones that are hanging on the wall, because they're about the players and they're about the kids. And I hope that's what this program's all about. But for each band, we'd like to do a most improved, and we like to try to identify the best musician. And I think it's kind of a fool's venture, but we give it a shot, and the kids vote, and I go with their decisions, because I think they know best sitting in amongst their peers. Used to be for Concert Band 1, we did one improved and one best, and then, or one best musician, but it seemed unfair since we have 2 periods of Concert Band 1. So this year I decided that we were going to just have 2 names on each of the plaques. So this is the token plaque. This is not the plaque. And I thought it would be quicker if I just had the students stand where they are, be recognized, and accept your applause. So the most improved musicians, as voted on by their peers this year: Sarah Talbert in the trumpet section. And joining her on that plaque for perpetuity will be Anna Capps in the flute section. And then I'm just going to, the outstanding musicians, you might notice that this band is a little bit trumpet heavy. There are 17. It's ridiculous. But as a trumpet player, I guess that's a good problem to have. So, but the outstanding musicians from Concert Band 1 this year both happen to be in the trumpet section. They are Parker Jameson and Zach Villagomez. Where are you?